Thank you very much. Ms. Vann, please proceed with your testimony.
Greetings, Chairman Schatz, Vice Chair Murkowski, and distinguished members of the committee. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a hearing witness. I am Marilyn Vann, President of the Descendants of Freedmen of the Five Tribes Association. I am a Cherokee citizen and a Freedman descendant. We support enforcement of 1866 treaty rights of Freedmen descendants. The tribes allied with the Confederate States to protect Black chattel slavery. The 1866 treaties granted the Creek, Cherokee, and Seminole free and enslaved peoples and their descendants tribal citizenship rights. Choctaw freedmen were eventually adopted in 1885. Chickasaw freedmen were not members of the tribe at the time of the Dawes enrollment as per the federal courts. Many descendants today need services the same as their by-blood relatives. Poverty began of the freedmen during slavery. Later freedmen suffered from race massacres, segregation, and redlining. Freedmen descendants disenrollment began in 1979. The freedmen, members of the tribes that were disenrolled, were not allowed to vote on the disenrollments or only in nominal numbers. Currently, only Cherokee Nation works to fulfill its treaty obligations to freedmen. As a result of past and current systemic racism, descendants need help of the senators. Some that need help include Creek Freedman descendant, Mr. Lovett of Okmulgee, a senior citizen on disability. He needs rental assistance. Can the tribes change without congressional and federal intervention? History says no. Cherokee Nation only came into compliance in 2017 after federal court decisions in Cherokee Nation v. Nash and Vann and passage of Freedmen Protective Language in the 2008 Nebraska Reauthorization Act. Even today, some council persons and candidates for tribal office run anti-freedmen rights campaigns. The Seminole Nation has worked to exclude freedmen descendants from receiving almost all services, even after losing the Seminole Nation v. Norton case, federal case in 2002, and receiving directions from the DOI and HUD that the freedmen citizens qualify for services. Their leadership has branded the freedmen as citizens rather than members, which legally means the same, and reissued freedmen tribal IDs that state 0 blood quantum and voting benefits only. The Seminole tribal government has told other tribal nations and federal agencies the freedmen citizens do not qualify for services. In October 2021, Seminole freedmen began receiving medical services after the IHS sends orders to all chiefs and tribally operated health units that the freedmen citizens qualify for the health services. This came after my visits to the Rockville IHS headquarters with Seminole Councilwoman Sampson, who is here today, requesting urgent help. The freedmen elders dying from COVID-19, such as Mr. Thomas, whose wife was on the council, was covered by the national press when tribal and IHS COVID vaccines were denied to Seminole freedmen, tribal citizens, but given to other members of the tribe. The Muscogee Creek Nation stresses the validity of Article 3 of its 1866 treaty, which confirmed the reservation, C. McGirt v. Oklahoma, but is silent on Article 2 of the same treaty that granted the enslaved people and their descendants the right to share in the national funds and all the rights of Indians, Article 2. Creek freedmen descendants went to tribal court, but have been waiting for a judge to be assigned to the case since February 2021. The Creek Nation issued $4,500 checks from COVID-19 funds to each by-blood citizens. Not a nickel went to the Creek freedmen, a clear violation of that treaty. By the way, the Seminole Nation leadership denied the Freedmen citizens its share of the COVID funds as well. This committee can assist the freedmen. Here are some suggestions. We ask Congress to write legislation that includes freedmen descendants in appropriations, new programs, or reauthorization of old programs or entitlements that benefit the nations. This must be done by congressional language. The DOI can register freedmen descendants, giving those that provide proof of descendancy of a Dawes enrollee a letter confirming the person is a treaty heir who qualifies for federal services. We request field hearings or local listening sessions to be held in Oklahoma by members and staff of the Senate Committee on Indian Affairs, so more voices can be heard. We ask for investigations and CRS reports on the Freedmen Treaty issues. These do not equate citizenship, but would be a start. Thank you, Chairman.